It's late. You have big plans for tomorrow, but right now you're lying in the blue light of your phone, endlessly scrolling. You know exactly what you want to achieve. You have the intelligence, the ideas are clear in your head, and you can see yourself succeeding. Yet the moment it's time to actually sit down and do the work, you freeze. So you wait. You say you're too tired today and promise to start fresh tomorrow. But morning comes, the motivation vanishes, and the cycle repeats, leaving you disappointed and lying awake with the exact same guilt night after night. After months or even years of this, it's easy to look in the mirror and assume you lack discipline. You start believing successful people possess some special quality you were born without, and that maybe you are simply lazy. But let's look at what is actually happening in your head. This inability to move has nothing to do with a lack of talent or character. It is a predictable response built directly into human psychology. If these patterns were built over time through specific choices and triggers, they can be dismantled. To do that, we have to look at the biological mechanics that keep you stuck. We can map this conflict by looking at a simplified model of how your brain operates. You have two competing priorities. One side houses your high-level goals and ambitions. The other side is an ancient survival machine, programmed to avoid pain at all costs. When you think about tackling a difficult project, that survival side sees the effort, the uncertainty, and the very real possibility of failure. It interprets these as a physical threat and activates its defensive barriers. To escape that perceived danger, your brain offers you an exit strategy. You open a new tab, watch a video, or play a game. The immediate discomfort vanishes, and your brain rewards this evasion with a quick hit of dopamine. This creates a tightly sealed loop. Every single time you choose the easy distraction over the difficult work, the relief teaches your brain that avoiding your goals is the best way to feel safe. Chronic procrastination functions as a survival mechanism. Your brain executes an outdated program, trading long-term fulfillment for short-term safety. We rarely admit this to ourselves, though. Instead, we dress this avoidance up in a much more respectable disguise: perfectionism. We convince ourselves that we simply have high standards. You wait until you have the flawless plan. You hold off until the conditions are ideal, or until you feel ready. But ready is an illusion, constructed by your mind to keep you safely on the sidelines. Because as long as you stay in the planning phase, you never have to test your ideas in the real world. If you actually try and fail, you have to face the terrifying possibility that you aren't as capable as you imagined. To justify this waiting, you tell yourself you'll do it when you feel motivated. But motivation is a volatile, temporary emotion. Building a strategy around a feeling ensures you will only ever work when it is easy. Choosing to wait for the ideal mindset guarantees you will accomplish nothing. Doing nothing yields zero data, provides zero lessons, and zero growth. To break out of this cycle, you must accept that you're almost never going to wake up excited to do hard things. You have to take action despite the internal resistance, treating discipline like a muscle that grows only when exposed to friction. But relying on raw willpower to push through that resistance is a losing battle. You have to look at the space around you. If your environment is filled with immediate, easy distractions, your brain will always choose them. You have to engineer your physical reality to make focusing the easiest possible option. Put the phone in another room, block the extra browser tabs. Set up your workspace so that reaching for a distraction requires genuine physical effort. Consuming productivity content often serves as a sophisticated delay tactic. It feels productive, but it serves the same goal as doom scrolling: avoiding the work. Sustainable discipline depends on the environment. By removing the need for constant willpower, you make focused work the default path. When you do finally sit down to execute, your first attempt is going to be terrible. That is normal. A bad first draft is not a failure. It is a required evolutionary step in the process of making anything worthwhile. Right now, quality does not matter. The only metric you should care about is consistency. You are trying to break deeply ingrained dopamine loops, and the only way to rewire those pathways is to show up and do the smallest possible task, day after day. You will mess up. You'll skip days and fall back into old habits. But lying in bed, beating yourself up over it, actively sabotages your progress, because shame pushes your brain right back into seeking those easy comforts. This is why self-compassion is a crucial strategic tool. It allows you to drop the heavy psychological weight of yesterday's failures, forgive the mistake, and give yourself permission to try again immediately. You are not defined by the time you've spent avoiding the work. Your potential is still there. You have to prove to your brain that you're serious, taking one imperfect step today and letting that momentum build the life you've been imagining.